You see, you act like me, so you snap like me.
Let's go do a drive-by, Jimmy.
Fuck yeah. Keeping it gangster. What? Since 2010.
What?
I don't know.
You ever get those warrants cleared up?
No. That's why we wear masks.
Gang violence is pretty bad.
Whatever it takes to switch places with the busters on top. We busting shots at the world cause they don't give a fuck about us. Need a lighter. McDonald's now offers spiced whiskey.
What's that?
Drinking, smoking. Alright.
Straight West Coast.
Welcome to the banter!
I'm Jimmy.
I'm Timmy. And here we are, episode 8. We're at the end of the season, shortened season. And actually that's kind of where we wanted to just kick it right off by saying, fuck you, Gary Bettman.
Fuck you, man.
You're a fucking mouse, alright? You're a little
Man, that's
fucking
pretty
mouse.
kind.
You're a
Fucking weasel.
You're a
fucking
weaselly
a
little
tapeworm.
fucking piece
A
of shit,
tapeworm.
man.
You're
Yeah.
inside people's intestines, sucking the nutrients out. You fucking goddamn parasitic tapeworm. Fuck you.
Sits there with this smug smile on his face, talking about how the NHL has still recorded very, very healthy profits this season.
Yeah.
How they're sitting at a 93% capacity rate. Without, like, on average throughout the whole league. And he sits there all smug, you know. We got the best fans in the world. Yeah, you do have the best fucking fans in the world. Because we're passionate, alright? And we love our fucking team, and we love our league. And we don't want to see our fucking league crumble.
We still
you're a
love the
fucking
game,
moron.
not the money, you moron.
Yeah, and you're a fucking moron. And I honestly, I do not understand, after the fiasco that was the beginning of this season, fucking how this asshole still has a fucking job. How do you still work in the NHL?
93% capacity and fucking increased revenues on a half season. That's how you fucking keep your job. Unfortunately, as much as the average fan, and not even the average, the diehard fan and the average fan, want to disregard this aspect to every professional sport. But there is a business to everything.
Yeah. But he's still a weaselly little fucker, and I can't stand the cocksucker, man. Can't stand him. Want to see him gone, just like the fucking majority of hockey fans in the world, man. I'm pretty sure 99.9% of people would love to see Gary Bettman out of the fucking league. Gone.
Yeah.
Forever. Never to be seen again. You're fired. Oh,
Yeah.
I'd have a party the day that Gary Bettman gets fucking fired, man.
Taking the train the other day, I heard some grumbling of a couple hockey fans relating to the same issue. Basically feeling how they've just been had their shit on the chest and then ran bone dry. Basically how they were feeling.
Yeah.
And one guy jokingly says he says Canadians are more likely to assassinate Gary Bettman than they are their own goddamn prime minister.
That's most definitely true. We'll pie a prime minister. We'll shoot you, Gary. I don't give a fuck. Canadians don't like shooting other Canadians, though.
Good thing he ain't Canadian.
That's exactly why. We'd shoot his ass.
Pompous prick.
But yeah, getting past that first part because we don't want to delve too much on the lockout.
No.
The lockout was such a downer to the beginning of this season.
Straight
So,
downed out.
yeah, and so
Ain't no cure. Manageable.
next year will be a much fucking better season. But yeah, fuck you, Gary Bettman. I hope you fucking choke on a chicken bone and die. Straight goods.
Or your boyfriend's cock.
Yeah, you fucking faggot.
Ew.
Martin St. Louis wins the Art Ross Trophy. Oldest player in the league to win the fucking trophy. Ever. In the entire league's history. That has gotta be... Yes, he plays with fucking Steven Stamkos. Alright? But if you watch them play, you know, as we were talking earlier, off camera here, you watch these guys play, and, you know, fucking St. Louis finds that open piece of ice to get it to Stamkos, right? And vice versa, right? And yeah, St. Louis doesn't have the fucking vision that he had before, but he still has, or he doesn't have the skill set that he had before, but he still has the vision. You know what I'm saying?
And I'll agree with that. I'm not going to take anything away from St. Louis. 101 points in the season. You can't say he's a bad hockey player. I just have two names I'd like to throw out there that show my point, and I feel that they support it to the fullest.
Yeah.
Brooks Orpik, Chris Kunitz.
No, Orpik is a defenseman though. You
No,
know,
not
fair.
Brooks Orpik, sorry. Maxime Talbot, my
Okay.
bad.
Yeah.
Maxime Talbot and fucking
Chris Kunitz.
Chris Kunitz.
Yeah. Now, to just counter that one for a second here though, before there was a Steven Stamkos, right, is when he would have recorded his 101 point career, or, season there, and that's when he was making Vincent Lecavalier look like a good hockey player. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough, and I'm still not taking anything away
Yeah.
from him. I'm just not too baffled by him getting it. Because, yeah, St. Louis
Oh, I mean,
had
in all fairness-
101 point season before Stamkos came.
Yeah.
There is also a reason the Tampa Bay Lightning were able to draft
Yeah.
Steven Stamkos.
Because all they were Martin St. Louis.
Yeah.
You know, and Tampa Bay has that problem of not having a fucking goaltender.
And you know what?
So
A complete player,
Yeah.
all-star player, makes the players around him better. Prime example, Steven Stamkos, Sidney Crosby.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is Maxime Talbot right now? Oh yeah,
Exactly.
he's hitting the fucking golf course because he hopped shit for more money.
yeah, exactly. But like you fucking yeah, to touch on fucking no, I lost it.
Chris Kunitz is where you're going.
Chris Kunitz was probably where I was gonna go with that, yeah. No, I was gonna go with Crosby actually. I was gonna touch on Crosby there. About the fact of, you know, yeah, fucking Martin St. Louis gets the Art Ross trophy. But let's be real with it. If fucking Sid didn't get hit in the face with that puck, he would have blown the rest of the league out by probably 20 points.
Yeah.
You know, like, he finishes with 61 points, I believe it was. 60,
St. Louis got
sorry.
60.
60 on the dot, 60 points on the dot. Fucking Crosby probably would have finished with around 75, 80 points.
56 points short, what, 10, 15 games?
Like, Crosby was still fucking third in the league with 56 points.
Yeah.
And he missed the last fucking month and a bit.
Yeah.
So,
10,
like,
15 games.
I mean, really, you know, you look at it like that, and yeah, I mean, congratulations to Martin St. Louis. Again, trying not to take anything away from him,
No.
even though he's a fucking
And you know what?
cocksucking
I will
bull.
tip my fucking hat to him because he didn't take it all to himself. He
No.
straight up stood on that podium and basically, reading between the lines, said, I would have never gotten this hadn't it been for Steven.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you know what? I'll tip my hat to that. But
Yeah.
honestly, is it such a marvel that he's won it? Not
Yeah.
really. I'm happy for the guy as a fan. It's like, yeah, good on him, right?
Yeah.
But A, he's a product of Stamkos. Same as
At the same
Maxime
time,
Talbot,
again,
Chris
you look at
Kunitz.
fucking Stamkos there, and you know, and this is where it's different between Chris Kunitz and Sidney Crosby. Is Sidney Crosby was eclipsing Chris Kunitz by 15, 20 points when Kunitz was sitting second, right? Yeah, Kunitz was benefiting off him, but he was sitting second behind Crosby. You look at the final scoring there, man. You know, that's fucking Stamkos behind St. Louis. You know what I mean? They both played the same amount of games. So that's, you know, if you look at it like that, you know, yeah, he's feeding off of Stamkos and whatnot.
Just the fact that at the
He
pace
still
that
finished
Crosby
with
was
more
going,
points. Oh yeah, Crosby would have blown him.
that honestly, in the true sense of who gets this trophy, who is the most prolific scorer
Yeah.
and point getter
Yeah.
for this season, it was not Martin St. Louis. Stats wise, yes. But it's part of the game, guys get injured. So congratulations, Martin St. Louis.
Yeah, you fucking become the oldest player ever to fucking win the Art Ross trophy. But, okay, so, Phoenix and Nashville, they bomb out in the West here. And Anaheim and Minnesota are the lucky recipients of Phoenix and Nashville missing the playoffs, as they are the ones who were not in last year that make it in.
Are you surprised Phoenix not making it?
I'm not as less surprised with Phoenix making it as I am with fucking Nashville. I'm really not surprised that Nashville didn't make it. After the shit that happened to them and the bullshit that they went through in the offseason,
Yeah.
I'm really not surprised that Nashville didn't make
Me
it.
neither. And
The fact that fucking Minnesota squeezes in
Yeah.
with their huge fucking paychecks going out, that part kind of makes me laugh as well. Especially since, I'm sorry, but neither of those guys are in the fucking scoring leaders.
no.
Parise or fucking, you know, Suter's not going to be, but Suter's
but-
definitely not up for fucking
No, I'm not.
candidate for Norris.
No.
You know, he doesn't have that fucking head not going at him, so, you know, I fucking hope that fucking Chicago wipes the floor with their ass. But, you know,
Fucking sweet.
on the flip side, fucking, yeah, back to Phoenix and Nashville there, he didn't make it, right? Fucking Nashville goes through that bullshit. What's Phoenix's excuse? The team made the playoffs for 3 years straight, made it to the Western Conference Finals last year.
Yeah.
And now they finish in at 10th with a 21-18-9 record.
That just goes to show that was a fluke last year.
What about the 2 previous years? Because they won the series prior to that too.
I don't know. I honestly just don't see fucking Phoenix.
I
as a
think what it
contender
is,
team.
I think what it is I think this shit hanging over them, this no ownership bullshit, hanging over them for the last 3-4 years, is really starting to fucking trickle into the room.
Yeah.
Before, the players were like, we want to play, we want to show you that we want to play here, we want to fucking do this. Now, they see the bullshit still going on, still nobody buying this team, and still them
We
only
made
recording.
countless offers,
and
although
still-
one was bunk.
and still, they're fucking recording 12,000 fans coming through the gates if they're lucky. You know? So, players now are like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let's move this fucking team and get it to a city that A, appreciates hockey, and B, to a fucking atmosphere where they have an owner who's gonna spend money on them and fucking do things for them instead of looking at the
Can't win a
NHL.
game to save their life away from the fucking MTS Center.
In all fairness, they had a pretty good away record this year.
Okay, fair enough.
Decent.
But still,
Last year
they don't play good hockey, right?
Yeah.
Right? And that goes to show they're not a very good team. Good teams play good hockey wherever they go.
Yeah.
Chicago Blackhawks,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Penguins, Detroit Red Wings, teams that win
Chicago was
consistently.
an anomaly this year.
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
you don't see teams go on a roll like Chicago went on this year, you know, like the 23 games of fucking getting a point straight to
Yeah.
begin the season. Modern day NHL record, right? So like you don't see that happen very often, right? The way Chicago's been rolling this year, it's an anomaly. Usually you expect to see a team built like Pittsburgh to do that season in, season out. You don't expect Chicago to do it because I'm sorry, after Taze and Kane and Sharp and Hossa, who the fuck do they have? They have fucking
Corey Crawford.
Crawford and Mark or
Their
Ray Emery.
goaltenders bailed their asses out this year. That's what it is. Their goaltenders were on fire.
Ray Emery 18-1 fucking record was kind of fucking
Yeah.
a surprise to me,
Crawford
man.
didn't play bad hockey either.
Yeah.
And if you look at some of those games, they weren't dominating games. They played complete 60-minute games. They were whacking and hacking until they heard the fucking buzzer and then took one last hack. And that's how you win hockey games. And
Yeah.
that's how they won it. It wasn't with fancy plays. You look at some of those games that they won. 3 seconds left, 4 seconds left, fourth
They
line
tie it
just
up or
fucking
fucking
whacking
take the
and
win.
hacking away. Yeah, like that one game, fucking Dan Carcillo scores the game winner with
Yeah.
1.2 seconds left.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
that's not an all-star team.
No.
If Taves and Kane
But
went
again-
tic-tac-toe and scored it with a
But again, it's
second
also the
left.
atmosphere, the coaches, the fucking owners, and the fans, right?
But the system.
And that's what Phoenix lacks.
The system. Every
Oh,
player
the system
knows
for
the
sure.
system there.
The system for
Right.
sure, right? Like, yeah, oh, the
That's
system,
what it comes
obviously.
down to, is the system that they're playing. All the players have bought in. It's like Detroit. The only reason Detroit had such struggles this year is because they're getting so old.
Yeah.
That's
well,
their problem. Honestly,
and fucking-
you look at this team right now.
That and really, what the fuck has Jimmy Howard ever done?
Oh yeah.
What has Jimmy Howard ever done?
Yeah, but they're going off the fact that they were able to fucking stack the fucking blue line and their first 2 lines and have an average goalie.
And yeah, sorry, now that they lost Lindstrom too, I'm sorry, man. You're losing a Hall of Fame player. That takes a huge toll on your team.
Yeah.
Huge toll on your team. But like, yeah, fucking, I don't know. Going back to the Phoenix situation there, I think Mike Smith also had a lot to do with them.
Mike Smith is an arrogant son of a bitch.
He's not an all-star goalie
No.
that they crack him out to be.
No. He comes out of the net, he got caught how many times against Calgary?
Yeah.
Gave us like 2-3 goals
Yeah.
over the season. Of him fucking around in the corners.
Yeah. He's
Oh,
fucking-
get it, oh, get it. Oh, it bounced. I
He's
can't
just not
touch
the
it.
goalie that they crack him up to be,
No.
and so, I mean, fuck it, right? But yeah, fucking, what about Washington there? All fucking season long, Washington was bottoming out. Ovi was nowhere to be fucking seen. You know, everybody was questioning if Adam Oates would even have a fucking job after this year, right? And then, with about a month and a bit to go, pretty much when Crosby got hurt, is the day Ovechkin showed up to work. He's like, what? I don't have to fucking compete with Sidney Crosby anymore? Alright, let's fucking do this. Bam, 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 bam.
I'm the best in the league now.
I'm the best in the world right now. Fucking A, the other guy's out. Let's do this. Bam, 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 bam. You notice how that happens with these Russians? Crosby's playing and Malkin and fucking Obi just kind of like slack around. But Crosby gets hurt, they fucking turn it up.
Him and Neil had their own little thing going on this year. Until they both got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, Obi pulls it out and fucking, you know, how much of this credit does go to Adam Oates?
I think all of it.
All of it? Or
Yeah.
how much of it goes to Oates, how much of it goes to fucking Ovechkin for actually fucking turning on his scoring? He's not doing anything different.
No, it's the coach. He stuck with the system through thick and thin. Through fire him, change the system. He didn't fucking try to be above the players.
No.
He stuck to his system and said, this is how we're going to play. And then all of a sudden, it clicked.
Yeah.
And there they went.
Well, their goaltending had to have stepped up too.
Oh,
Both
goaltending too. But I mean, if you're scoring goals, they're not scoring on you.
Yeah.
They're not even shooting on you if you're scoring goals.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So
Exactly.
I honestly, again, as repetitive as it sounds, system.
But
coaching
again,
and system.
this is the second time in 3 years that Washington has gone from 15th at one point in the season in their fucking conference
Yeah.
to third in the conference, finishing third in the
You
conference.
look at both these times.
And those are two different coaches.
Yeah, but if you look at both these times, these players are just lollygagging around, playing their own thing.
Yeah.
And it takes that coach to finally pull them in and break them
Yeah.
and be like, look, you guys are fucking losers. They showed it on HBO.
Yeah.
Bruce Boudreau's rant just before they went on like a 15-game tear and ended up in third again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's just, do you like living here? Because I do.
I like living here.
Yeah.
You like fucking having a job. I like having a fucking job.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I don't
pull
know
your
what
fucking
you
shit
are.
together. Yeah.
Right now, you're just a bunch of kids playing pickup hockey.
And I mean,
so-
yeah, Adam Oates, his fucking job was on the line there, you know, with fucking Washington in such a fucking shaky start, you know. Which brings us to fucking a couple guys that have been sacked in the last couple while here, right? Joe Newendike ends up getting fucking sacked. The GM of the Dallas Stars and a
After
former
4 years.
captain, former captain of the Calgary Flames.
Joe, all due respect, as Flames fans.
With all due respect
All
to
due
his
respect.
Flames fans, you now have to join the mantle of GMs, along with Rip Gauthier, Pierre Gauthier there, as now Rip Newendike. Welcome to the club.
You've been fired, sir.
You've been fired. You've been left out to hang, motherfucker. But yeah, I mean, Joe Sacco in Colorado, he gets canned.
Whatever, man. That's straight with coaching. You got that much goddamn talent on your team, it doesn't matter who the fuck's between the pipes.
Who do
I'm
you
sorry.
think's coming in Colorado? They got a draft coming up here where they're picking first overall. They just fired their coach. There's one of two choices
As it stands right now.
that I'm telling you right now that are gonna fucking replace Joe Sacco at this moment. There's only two players that are gonna do it. Two people.
Lindy Rock?
No.
No?
No. I'll give you a hint
Joe
right
Sakic.
now. It's two players that are not coaching in the NHL and have never coached in the NHL. Joe Sakic being one of them, yes.
Patrick Waugh.
Fucking Patty Waugh. It's gonna be one of those two people that take over the helm in Colorado
Yo,
with this
Sakic,
first overall
man,
pick.
remember Gretzky and Phoenix. Don't do it. Gretzky was the Einstein of hockey. He just couldn't convey it.
The players couldn't listen to him though.
No,
Could you honestly sit there and listen to Wayne Gretzky in a room, or would you just be sitting there going in awe, like,
Yeah.
wow, man, he's my coach? You know what I mean?
well, it's easy for you to say just go out there and
I mean,
score.
and no disrespect to fucking Burnaby Joe there either, right? Like, I understand, like, he's a fucking huge part on why they won those Stanley Cups, right? But he wouldn't hold the same kind of presence in the room as a Wayne Gretzky. Now, yeah, in Colorado's room, maybe,
Yeah.
right? But at the same time, it's a different situation because Gretzky had nothing to do with fucking Phoenix.
Yeah,
All he did was buy them. Joe Sakic was the fucking heart and soul captain of
Yeah.
that team before they even came to fucking Colorado. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, the different
I
presence
think
in
it
the
came
room.
down to the point you just pointed out there, heart and soul captain,
Yeah.
where Colorado's season ended was when they threw the C on Landeskog.
And maybe that would be his first fucking move as coach.
Yeah. No
Take the C off
disrespect to
him.
Landeskog, but this is a man.
Complete and total fucking disrespect to Landeskog. As a fucking human being, as a person on a team with people, you have the right to decline that captaincy, man.
Yeah.
You do. You have the right to say, listen, I think there's guys in this room that are better fit to be the captain of this team.
Yeah.
You have that right, man. There's been players to do it. All right. Theo Fleury was one of the players. Theo Fleury took the C off himself and was like, "Listen, I'm not captain material of this team," and he wasn't. He was a cokehead, fucking crack addict, addicted, fucking whore, fucking piece of shit, right?
Skeet, skeet, on your feet, feet. Ah! It's just dreams, sir.
Graham James shit, man.
Ooh.
Woo!
At least he's in bars. He's
At
behind
least he's
jail.
behind jail, exactly. You can't fucking kid about fucking kid rape unless they're fucking skeeting on Theo Fleury's feet.
Yeah. Theo's the only victim. Fucking bum.
Yeah, no shit. That's the way he makes it out to be.
I'm the
He's
only one that this
one.
ever happened to. You don't know what I feel like.
Yeah.
You know what, man? Toughen the fuck
I
up.
don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. But, where were we? Oh, we were talking about guys getting fired and replacing guys. Joe Sakic in Colorado. So if it's not Sakic, it's going to be Patty Waugh, because Patty Waugh already has a coaching record down in the queue.
Yeah.
Right? He already has appearances in the Memorial Cup. He already has, coaching.
He also told his son to go
Coaching
lynch on a
accolades.
fucking goalie, too.
He has coaching accolades already, you know what I mean? Whereas Joe Sakic would be fresh meat as a coach, and it might be a bad situation.
Yeah.
Whereas Patty Waugh knows how to form a system, nor form a team,
Been coaching
and have
for a
team.
while.
Yeah, he's been doing it, right? So
Yeah.
I think Patty Waugh is the obvious choice, but Joe Sakic is an underdog choice there, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How much longer though does Barry fucking Trotz have in Nashville, man?
You know, honestly, I don't blame Barry Trotz. That fucking team went for broke last season. They brought in fucking the clown Radulov, even though the team was clicking and rolling. They're like, alright, insert this motherfucker. Because he's the top motherfucker
They
out
couldn't
there.
pull off any deals at the trade deadline.
Yeah, so then they bring in the clown. Why not?
Oh, they
just leave it?
brought in the other Kostitsyn brother.
Yeah,
So they
and
did
he
pull off
went
the
and
deal.
clowned off with fucking
With
Radulov.
fucking Radulov. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, so come on now.
Yeah.
I
So
blame-
they have this.
I blame
coming.
the brass, man, and you know what? Barry Trotz will get fired. I'm sorry, that's what it's gonna come
Do you
down
think
to.
it's this year?
No,
Do you think they start horrible next year and then they fire him halfway through?
yeah. But honestly, management let Ryan Suter walk. Because obviously it wasn't about fucking a competitive team. It was about money.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But at the same time, in the fucking defense of Nashville management, in that case, do you want a player on your team that's about your team or a player on your team that's about money? Like, if that's the case, I'm sorry, I would have let Shea Weber walk too. Just for the fact that he signed that contract with
Yeah.
Philly. He did that. Full consciously did that.
Yeah.
And they had to match that. You know what I mean? I would have let him walk. As the brass, I would have been like, you know what? Fine. We're going to fucking build this team around other players then. You two want to bolt for big bucks and not what's on your fucking chest? Get the fuck out the door.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, if I owned an NHL team, that's how I would be. You know, I would walk
Fair
into the
enough.
fucking room every other fucking game and be like, how you guys loving it here? You loving the city? You fucking, is everything great? Fucking, what do you need? Everything good?
Yeah.
And you got that one guy sitting there fucking pouting in the fucking corner because he's not getting enough ice time and shit. And it's like, well, do you have a fucking problem? Or you have that one guy that's coming up for fucking contract and he's sitting there and he's like, well, I'm looking towards free agency here. And it's like, well, why, man? I'm offering you a fucking contract right now. Why are you even looking towards free agency? Fuck
Do
you,
you want
get
to
the
be
fuck
part
out.
of this or don't you?
Yeah, you do or you don't.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's all it comes down to. You know what I mean? And that actually would bring me, we're kind of going all back and forth here, but
Oh, yeah.
that brings me into Edmonton there, because that makes me think of Taylor Hall, okay?
Yep.
And I don't know what it is, at the banter here, we're not too fond of, praising
Oilers.
Canucks, Maple Leafs, Tampa Bay Lightning. There's quite a few teams on the list.
Sharks.
San Jose Sharks, Chicago Blackhawks, Anaheim Ducks, anybody that's
Winnipeg
eliminated
Jets.
Calgary, or Winnipeg Jets, they've done it. They did it in 88, or 87, sorry. But yeah, fucking Edmonton, okay? Can't keep up with the big boys. even in a shortened season.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I'm just here at the banter. We like to speak the truth. I'm not taking shots at you Oilers, but I'm saying it was a shortened fucking season.
Yeah.
You were there. You had an 8th spot at one point. I woke up in the morning. You beat us the night before. You beat Calgary the night before.
Drummed us.
Yeah, like 8-2 exactly. And then fucking I look and you guys are in 8th spot. I was like, oh, here they come, man. They're gonna fucking squeeze into the playoffs. And then you go on a fucking 6-7 game slide. Now, in all fairness, they end up scoring 13 goals in the last 2 games of the season.
Good thing it counted for something.
Yeah, good thing it counted for your pride, right? But in the end, and the only fucking player in there that I saw, and I'm sure Eberle was fucking, outspoken about it too, but he's not on the cameras as much as fucking Taylor Hall is.
I don't think Everly likes being in the camera.
Exactly, and so when they're talking to Taylor Hall there, he was the one on there, and one of the first fucking players I've seen in many, many, many moons, man, to sit there and talk about the crest on his jersey.
Yeah.
And be like, this is why we're playing hockey. We got contracts, we have money, but this is what we're here for.
Yeah.
You have a contract already. You're not, playing for a contract. You have a fucking contract. If you're in your last year of your contract, play your fucking heart out. Right?
Yeah.
You still have a contract. Play for the fucking crest on the front of your jersey. If you're not gonna fucking do that, hit the fucking bricks. And that's pretty much what Taylor Hall was saying. Mm-hmm. And it flabbergasted me for one to hear him say that. I really.
Hall's tired of losing.
I never expected this kid though to be sensible.
Yeah.
I always looked at Taylor Hall as probably another pompous, well brought up fucking, hockey kid who fucking got everything he needed.
Yeah.
His parents did everything he fucking wanted. School passed him through because they knew he had something special about him, right? And that's how I always pictured Taylor Hall. So to hear him talk like that, it really actually was a breath of fresh air to see the young kids
and
do that.
Out of all of those Oilers, Hall and Everly are the only two who go hard. Even when they're fucking down.
No. A fair fact to bring out, these kids still can't finish a full fucking season.
No.
Still can't finish, even a half season. They still can't fucking do all the games. All 48 games,
Yeah.
I'm sure that's all fucking Taylor Hall played, 2 years ago or a year ago, That's like 48 fucking games and these guys still can't fucking make it through a full season. Like, I'm sorry, if I was an Oilers fan, I would be booing them off the fucking ice. And I heard them, they fucking were pissed.
Yeah.
And in all due respect, they have every right to be fucking pissed.
Oh, yeah,
3 first-round picks in a row.
And they still can't make the playoffs.
And they still couldn't make the playoffs?
Sneak into the playoffs.
Oh man, if I was an Oilers fan, I'd be livid.
Yeah.
I don't understand, how the fuck the banter wasn't created by a fucking Leafs fan or an Oilers fan. Because you would figure these are some guys that might have a little more anger than a couple Calgary fans. You know what I mean?
If Brass had been smart last year, they would have gone up to that podium and been like, the first round pick is now on our trading block.
Yeah.
Who wants it the most?
Yeah. Trade for a defenseman or a goaltender. Because I'm sorry, Dubnyk is not going to be the guy to get you to the promised land.
No.
I don't care what anybody
would have gotten
believes.
another first round pick coming back, or a high enough caliber that it didn't even fucking matter if you had a first round coming back.
Yeah, exactly, right? So like,
here's the first overall. Sometimes you gotta dangle that shit.
It's just, I don't know. Like, yeah, if I was an Oilers fan, I'd be pissed. And yeah, it is the brass. Obviously, it's the fucking brass bringing in fucking Craig McTavish as their GM. Like, you guys want to just fucking reuse, recycle, and reduce this fucking waste over and over and over and over until finally Mark Messier and Wayne Gretzky agree to come aboard when they're fucking 56 years old and 80 years old respectively. Fucking Messier will be the 80-year-old. Somehow that motherfucker just ages. I don't give a fuck. He's a fucking. They call him a moose, and moose only have fucking certain lifespans. I hate you, fucking Messier. You're a
dildo.
You are a giant fucking Mr. Clean looking dildo, motherfucker.
Husband Lay's
Holy shit, man. Bitch can't eat just one. I will prove you wrong. Next episode of The Banter, we will have Lay's potato chips, and I will eat one. Fucking guy.
Fuck you, Mr. Clean.
Out in the east there, Florida, the Devils, and the Flyers. Florida, the Devils, and the Flyers. Now, Florida, I'm not very surprised about.
Expected.
You expected the Devils to be out like that?
Yep.
After a Stanley Cup run like that?
Yep.
Really,
As soon as Parise left. Yeah.
As soon as Parise left,
Yeah.
they still have Kovalchuk, they still have Zajac.
Kovalchuk's a me player. Zajak's a role player. No disrespect to Marty, but he's trapped in the fucking blue paint.
Yeah, and Marty's getting old too, man. I'm pretty sure his fucking goals against average was not friendly this year.
No.
Oh, in all fairness, he still got a couple shutouts and shit, so.
Yeah, but I mean, their offense, like, Zach Parise was the heart and soul of that team and that drive because he was a Camilleri-esque guy who didn't
But
accept.
you look at even the year that Zach Parise was injured for the entire year, they still made the playoffs. They still won their division that year, if I'm correct. And they still fucking, I think they ended up getting eliminated in the first round. But they still ended up performing without Zach Parise. You know what I mean? And like then you look at Parise out in Minnesota.
Yeah, but that's straight good. That was a younger Marty.
You look at that was the year Marty was injured, bro. I'm sorry, it was. That was a Daryl Sutter year there. Or not a Daryl, that was Brett Sutter coaching them. They got 50 plus wins that year. Marty Brodeur was injured. They had fucking Kevin Weeks and the other guy that they have backing up Brodeur right now. Or no, Clemenson, sorry.
Clemenson
They had Clemenson and fucking whoever they have now. And yeah, they fucking tore off 50 wins. You know what I mean? No fucking Parise, no Brodeur. You know?
And fucking honestly, I'm not saying Parise is the fucking goal scorer. I'm saying
And he's not. Like
fucking,
like I said, you look at him now in
he's
Minnesota.
never broken 40 goals ever. I don't think he's even broken
How the
35.
fuck do you get yourself a fucking contract that looks something like that?
Because
And
of
you've
the
never
energy
scored.
player. He's a Dustin Brown-esque type player. I don't think Dustin Brown's ever busted fucking 40. But I know 90%.
Dustin Brown even fucking busted 30?
I think once. Or came close. But you know there are fucking 29 other teams in this league that would take him at the drop of a pin.
Yeah.
And goes, what? He's on
But
the
it's the
market?
presence that he brings.
Exactly.
Does Parise bring that presence? Because I honestly, watching Minnesota, especially now that they're in our division, seen him a little bit more,
Yeah.
right? But watching him in Minnesota, watching him in New Jersey, I never felt that impact off of Zach Parise when I'd watch him.
No, bro.
When he was on the ice, I never felt like, oh, something is about to happen that you get with some other players, right?
No, yeah, and that's what I mean. He was an all-star player. He's a Camilleri type player. How many times do you see Camilleri on the rink and you're like, oh yeah, here comes a goal right here.
Every time I see Camilleri at the ice, I think we're going to score. But that's just me remembering Camilleri as a 40-goal scorer for us. And remembering what he could do for Montreal in the playoffs, leading the fucking playoffs.
Minnesota
in scoring.
isn't Zach Parise's team. That's
No,
what it is.
That is true. That is true.
New Jersey was Zach Parise's team.
Zach Parise has to fall in line here.
Yeah.
But that's his own fucking fault.
It
That's
is.
his own fucking
and I'm
fault.
not saying that. I'm just saying that is also fucking New Jersey's fucking Brass's downfall. And I know, I'm not saying that they didn't even look at him or try, because they obviously did, and Parise just hopped for money.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you gotta make a stronger push than that. If he is worth that much to you, and
Yeah.
obviously he is, because look at them this year.
Yeah. Look at where they fucking go.
They
They're
still had
11th overall.
Kovalchuk.
Yeah. But team that finished 15th last year. And I'm pretty sure they were like 28th overall last year. 29th overall. The Montreal Canadiens end up taking the Northeast Division, winning that division,
Finishing second.
finishing second in the fucking
East.
conference. Yeah. And that is straight up with a whole fucking lot of nobodies and Carey Price in that.
And PK Subban.
And PK Subban when he came back.
Yeah.
You know, and which, I don't know how, like, you gotta throw a
honestly,
letter on this
look-
kid
look,
as soon as you
fucking
can.
when Montreal came out of the gates, they were not doing so good,
Yeah.
right? But again, as redundant as it is, system, and that's the purest,
That's-
finest example of that. That coach
Yeah,
said-
Michelle Terry
yeah,
is fucking
he's like, you're gonna
sucking
play
shit.
for this team. You will play for this crest. You will play as one goddamn unit. No one's bigger. No one's lower. Your
Yeah.
backup is as good as our fucking starter. Our fucking goalie is no better than our top scorer.
Yeah, our fourth line fucking grinder is the fucking same as a fucking
First line.
top line scorer.
Yeah.
Even though they don't have a top line scorer.
No, but see, that's what it came down to. They
Yeah.
all had that mentality.
But
that
how did they do this? Like with no top line scorer, like just straight team effort. That's not gonna get you championships.
No,
it's not gonna get you.
It's-
Need a
one
fucking
is
all-star,
goaltending.
man.
Carey Price was all-star.
Yeah,
goaltending.
Carey Price did everything for them, and I'm
And
sorry.
you see that.
Yeah,
Like, honestly, it's the system. It's that coach.
yeah.
And you know what?
Now is that what's
You
happening?
don't need a fucking 50 goal scorer, a 60 goal scorer, 240 goal scorers to fucking win your division if you got 320 goal scorers,
Yeah,
2 or 3 fucking 30 goal scorers,
yeah.
4 or
Oh,
5
for sure.
10 goal scorers,
For
right?
sure.
And that's what it was.
Is that what happened in New York, on the island there? Is it the coach, or is that
Partially the coach, but also it is Nabokov
Evgeny
finally
Nabokov?
pulling his head out of his fucking ass and being like, alright, let's play some hockey. Sorry for being kind of dick, okay? I'm gonna win some games. Right? That's what that is. And
Yeah.
you know what? The second of all, and they're on equal par, but the play of John Tavares.
Yeah, John Tavares.
You know what? Like,
absolutely
no one
insane
talks
this year.
about John Tavares. Everyone's like, oh, yeah. Well, that's because fucking the Islanders get hammered night in, night out. They win some games,
They're a
and this
fucking
year,
beating post.
yeah. And that's what it is. They're not the fucking Pittsburgh Penguins blowing everyone away. They're not the
No.
fucking Chicago Blackhawks blowing everyone away with their high round picks.
Yeah,
Right? They got John Tavares and then became fucking semi-competitive, but always ended up low and always somehow got fucked out of the draft while Edmonton got 3 first rounds.
yeah.
Right? So, honestly, that team,
So it's the Islanders have 2 players in there that have actually pushed them into the upper 8 this year.
yeah. Their coach,
The
a bit,
coach,
yeah.
a little bit.
His
I don't
coach-
even know what the guy's name
No,
is.
I don't.
I don't even know what
It's
the
a
guy's
fucking
name
carousel there, man. It's not
Yeah.
even worth it.
No.
You lose sleep over it.
is.
Fucking to the coach, yeah, more than a little, because he has molded the other guys around these 2 players.
Yeah,
He's been like, okay, this is like your guys' role.
Yeah.
This is how you need to play. We're not the fanciest team. We're not the quickest team. We're not the youngest team. Fucking keep them to the outside.
well, they're
and give-
pretty young.
Yeah.
The Islanders are pretty young.
Oh, now they are.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
getting
yeah.
younger, but the guys who are playing,
Yeah.
not really. They lost PA Taranto this year.
So what the fuck happened in Philly?
Like I've been saying all fucking year when we talk about Philly, the demise of Philly, they fucked with too much.
They fucked with too much.
Yeah. Jeff,
Did you hear Breeze Goloff going off at the media there?
no.
Folks, YouTube, Breeze Goloff going off at the fucking media. Yo, grab me a smoke. Yeah, fuck. It's fucking some funny shit, man. He lays right into the media. He's like, you guys never help the situation. You guys don't ever write anything nice. You never praise anybody. You always just say, oh, this is the problem. You need to get rid of this guy. This guy's the problem.
Yeah, but straight up, fucked up too much.
They did, yeah.
Yeah.
Jets! Jets fans out there, another disappointing season, 2nd in a row. Or if you want to get technical, it's their 17th in a row.
Does relocation get any lower? Anyway,
We gotta get relocated again.
2 factors to this.
Claude Noel.
Number 1. Number 2, Jimmy.
It's Winnipeg. I
Well,
wouldn't want to live there.
not that, but
I'm just kidding. With
going off the reference of what we've just been talking about, the lack of me mentality on these all surprising teams,
Yeah.
and the overflowing me mentality from one Evander Kane.
So do you think Evander Kane pulls down the whole team though?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
There you go, man. You gotta stop being so ignorant. It's just not right. You're bringing down your team. Buff, you should slap him around.
Yeah.
Be like, it's not because you're black. It's because you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And you're acting like you're an idiot. Okay? You're not a rapper. You're not an NBA player. You're a fucking NHL hockey player. Alright, Cash Money? So sit the fuck down. Put your fucking skates on 1 foot at a time like everybody else. Stop trying to hop into them. And hit the fucking ice. And maybe your team might have fucking done something. But no, they didn't.
Actually, no. Hold up. Put your goddamn skates on. Go shave your goddamn head. and
Well, he
then
got that
fuck
Cash
it.
Money stupid shit off there, so I'll give him that. He got that stupid fucking all off his head. Oh man, I don't even know. I mean, if you can fit that on your head, why can't you fit Jets? That's the team you play for.
That ain't gangster.
That's what you should have on your head.
That ain't
Jets.
gangster, neighbor.
Yeah. Fucking, he'd make a really bad neighbor. It would be the fucking neighborhood right there. What would happen? What do they need to do to prepare for the West, man? Next year they come into the West. How are they gonna have to adapt from, you know, and they've had it hard, man. I'm sorry, playing in that division in fucking northern Canada
Yeah.
and having to fly around there all the fucking time. They've had the worst fucking travel schedule out of any team in the NHL for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Right? So now they're gonna have it a little easier with the travel schedule, but now they're in the West. And where it is different. It's fucking, it's slower.
Yeah.
The West is a slower game. It is.
It's harder.
And it's tougher, man.
It's
Like,
grimier.
it is. It's a lot grimier.
Yeah.
You get a lot fucking grimier, especially through an 82 game schedule.
Yeah.
People are gonna get real grimy. I think this year a lot of people kind of held back on people for the simple fact that they knew guys are not fucking at their 100% right
Yeah.
now. Everybody's jumping in fucking a little wobbly and shit, and fucking nobody wants to fucking hurt anybody, and
Yeah.
fucking because they're gonna be next. Then they're marked, and it will only take one bad body check for them to go down.
Yeah.
Ugh,
They're
specs
just as
up,
fucking
right?
rusty as the other guy.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, right? They're all just as vulnerable, so nobody wanted to fucking do it. Whereas next year in an 82 game schedule, it's like, fuck this. This is the grind, motherfucker.
Yeah.
This is the
I've
grind.
been hitting the gym all summer.
Yeah.
We've had fucking 2-3 weeks of fucking mini camps and fucking training camp.
Yeah.
We've fucking had 5 preseason games.
Grind time.
Let's fucking do this.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm saying, right? So, like, how does Winnipeg have to adapt from going a fucking 9th place bubble team to fucking making it into the playoffs in the West, nonetheless?
If you refuse to change your style, keep your head up. Just saying.
Yeah,
It won't matter how many emergency.
I mean, you look at a few of these teams in the West, you know, the Edmontons, the Anaheims, but Anaheim can get grimy. Anaheim
Edmonton
can
is
get
grimy.
grimy.
Look at their
Detroit,
top
well,
two
Detroit
scorers,
will be
man.
there.
90%, not 90, but a good fucking chunk of this league won't go toe to toe with Corey Terry or Ryan Getzlaf.
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, man. Fuck
Yeah.
that noise.
Done
Not
it.
that they're
Didn't
badass
work out.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
They're just heavy set boys who know to hold their own. And
Or
like,
boys
man,
who know how to
yeah,
fucking fight,
like,
yeah.
even if I beat the shit out of him in this fight, 5 minutes later we're gonna be back on the ice and he's gonna hit me so goddamn hard and it's gonna be clean, it's not even fucking worth it.
Yeah, man, seven of the 8
You know what?
teams.
You know what? Fuck that. Fuck those two. They're pussies in comparison to one Francois Beauchemin sitting at the blue line.
Yeah. Well,
You know, fuck-
Boschman's not exactly what he was back in the day,
No,
but
but I guarantee you can still fucking throw.
oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, I was just looking at this, and 7 of the 8 teams that made the playoffs in the West will fucking stomp the shit out of anybody in the league. You know, St. Louis with backs, like their captain. I've watched this guy the last 2 weeks run around the ice like he's a fucking missile
Yeah.
from North Korea, going off in any direction that
Oh
it needs
shit,
to.
we forgot the tracking device.
Yeah, exactly. Just let that bitch go. Let's see where it hit. Let's see where it hit. You know what I mean? Like, fucking watch that jet blow already. Fuck.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. The West is big. Bufflin's like, you know what, boys?
Buff, yeah. See now, Buff
Bufflin's
knows
gonna
the
sit
West.
there and be like, you don't even understand what's about to hit you guys.
Now, this is what I don't understand. The Jets put Bufflin up at forward for 2 games. Why didn't they fucking keep him there?
Because we don't have the supporting cast to draw the defenseman off of them. The whole fucking league knows you cover Buff and push him out of the crease, your goalie can hold it down. Vander
You know what the
Kane-
problem is they don't have any other defensemen on the point. That's what the real problem is. They could bring Bufflin up and fucking have Ladd, Bufflin, and fucking Evander Kane as their top line. That would be a deadly, deadly top line, man. With Bufflin as your center. Fucking parked in front of the net.
No, you can put him on the wing. I think he's a winger.
Okay, even as a winger, right? And have one of the other two up in the center. I don't give a fuck. You're in the NHL. You're gonna fucking learn to play a position if you have to, right?
Man, fucking the NFL switches players around all the time. Look at
That's
many
what I'm
fucking
saying.
goddamn quarterbacks get drafted.
That's what I'm saying.
Fucking
And
running back
Bufflin's
for
only
wide
Stanley
receivers.
Cup. Bufflin's only Stanley Cup came when he was in Chicago, playing up in fucking front, in front of the fucking net, terrorizing the fucking goals.
But on the flip side, yeah, he was terrorizing when I'm not taking anything away from him. There's fucking Duncan Keith.
He was Thomas Holmstrom plus 100 pounds.
He was, yeah, and I'm not taking anything away from him. But when you got fucking Duncan Keith, fucking Keith Seabrook, fucking Brian Campbell, all
Oh, okay,
blasting shit
for
from
sure.
the point,
I-
that's what Winnipeg doesn't have.
But that's what I'm saying. They don't have the supporting defenseman.
No.
They don't have anybody back there who can fucking take the place of Dustin Byfuglien.
Yeah, they don't have the shot.
And that's what they need. You know, they straight up in the offseason would need to fucking go and get themselves defensemen so they could put Byfuglien at center or fucking in the front somehow. Because I'm sorry, if you have the top line of Byfuglien, Ladd, and Kane, you might be a fucking force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
As long as you can have a couple defensemen, you know, 3 top 5 defensemen, right? Like not top 5 in the league, but 3 fucking defensemen on your team that fucking eat up minutes like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know, and then you fucking have a couple supporting cast, you might make a splash, you know, but you have, like, Kane, Ladd, and Byfuglien are all tough guys. They're all tough guys. They could be cut out for the West. They could. You know?
I think Kane's mouth is gonna get him into some trouble real quick.
Oh, it will.
He's gonna be like, let's fight. They're like,
Oh, it will.
nah, man, we're not fighting.
Yeah.
Keep your head up. We're like, what?
Oh, it will, most definitely.
You don't want to fight me. And he's gonna go fucking skating down. He's gonna be like, you're gonna want to fight after this.
Bam! Yeah.
You want to fight now?
No.
But that's just Evander Kane's attitude. I'm not saying he isn't a tough motherfucker, but when you get fucking
When you get your lip running. But again,
your fucking head down.
you have Andrew Ladd and Dustin Byfuglien on that team.
Yeah.
Who are the leaders who could take this young fucking ignorant little kid and mold him into a superstar player. He has the potential
Yep.
to be a 40-goal scorer in this league. I totally see it in Evander Kane. I do. I see him
He's a
fucking
good
getting
player.
his top number retired in Winnipeg if he chose to stick it out with them.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening,
No.
but if
Cash
he did,
money.
cash money, exactly. But if he did, then I would see his number retired
Yeah.
because I honestly see this kid being the potential of a 40-goal scorer in this league.
Yeah.
You know, he has
could.
it. He could score a
arrogant.
point per game,
He's arrogant.
but he has to tame the attitude. And Byfuglien and fucking Ladd there
Should be able to do that.
need to be the two to
Yeah.
rein him in. I'm sorry, I couldn't name another fucking, you know, Ole. What the fuck is Ole gonna say? Ole's had an attitude with fucking
Every
a
other
mean
coach he's
fucking
played
team, and
Yeah.
with every coach since he's come into this league, right?
with.
So
Yeah.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. How long do you think fucking Steven Stamkos is gonna fucking stick it out in town, man?
At least another 4 years.
Another 4 years? You don't
Oh,
think he's gonna
that's-
call for a fucking trade?
No.
No?
No. Maybe, but no.
2 more years of fucking second last fucking.
2 more years of second last, then yeah. But I mean, they got the 3rd overall pick this year. There's help coming down the pipeline. You never know. They just need a goalie. Because honestly, Vinny
Lindback
LeCavalier
isn't gonna do
goddamn
it.
fucking
Yo, Vincent LeCavalier,
has been.
you need to fucking take that captaincy off your jersey. Be a man about it. I know you're a Frenchman, but you need to be a man about
You
it.
guys have on your jersey.
Yeah, take it off and put it on Stamkos. Okay? Be a man about it and just do it.
Yeah.
There's nothing holding you back, man. There's nothing fucking holding you back at all. You think quickly, fucking Ryan Miller? Do you think he's gonna be out of Buffalo?
Yeah.
By trade deadline?
Trade deadline.
Or sorry, the draft.
Not the draft, but he'll move in the summer. Unless a deal that they can't
You don't
refuse
think
comes
Buffalo
from.
won't try to move him at the draft?
Oh,
or
they'll
something?
try. But I mean, there's gonna be a high fucking asking price.
Do you think Bobby Lou will get moved at the draft?
No.
No? Make him sweat it out all summer. Carolina, what the fuck happened with these fools?
Injuries.
Injuries?
Cam Ward got hurt.
Oh yeah, that's right. Cam Ward did get hurt. See, it's hard for us to keep up with the Southeast Division.
And then fucking Simon got caught with his head down. And that was basically not taking anything away from Jordan or Eric Stahl. They're both good players, but Justin
They couldn't.
Peters is not a fucking
What about
NHL
Skinner?
goalie.
Where the fuck was Skinner?
Getting a bit of an attitude.
Yeah, eh?
Yeah.
So,
Not on me, I'm bigger than the team, but yeah, you're gonna hit me like that? Okay, it's me and you tonight.
yeah.
That kind of attitude.
Well, that's not good. I mean, they're gonna need to turn it around if they want to be a fucking contending force, man.
Yeah.
Like, I really was expecting a lot more out of Carolina. I thought they'd win the division and shit. Not fucking be last in the division, second last in the division, third last in the division. Holy fuck, man. Their division sucks.
7th overall pick.
Yeah, eh? Well, to all the teams that didn't make the fucking playoffs, there's always next year.
Yeah.
You know? And a lot of them, honest to goodness, like there's some teams in the playoffs this year that I do not expect in the playoffs next year.
No.
And there's other teams in the playoffs that are not in the playoffs this year that I do expect to see either get in or return to the playoffs next year. But it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's fucking shortened season, so you know you're not
It was
gonna
a
get
wacky one.
you're not gonna get 100 points fucking goal scorers or anything.
No.
You know you're not gonna get fucking 50 goal scorers or anything.
60's the closest it came.
30 goals was the most that was scored by Ovi.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, right?
It is what it is.
Now we get into the fucking real season.
Yeah.
You know, this is all that this season was leading up to. I mean, an 82 game schedule, that's a fucking season.
Yeah.
Right? That's something that you're fucking like, yeah. But this was just leading up to the playoffs. Now we get into it. I'm Timmy.
I'm Jimmy.
This is the banter.
It's for Teams Canada. Don't let the Yanks take them.
That's right. Get ready for the fucking playoffs, folks. Shit's gonna be crazy.
Game on.